Hello and welcome to Education at SSBJ online video tutorials. And in the previous video we have learnt about microorganisms and the 4 types of microorganisms. And they are bacteria, fungi, protozoa and algae. Right? These things you have already learned. Let us go in brief what we have learned in the previous video. We have learnt about bacteria, right? The 3 types of or 4 types of bacteria. 3 important types and 4th one also we have seen, right? And they are categorized depend on the shapes. So the first one is rod shaped. And what is it called? Bacillus. Right, and the plural is bacilli. Right, they don't use oxygen. They are called as anaerobic bacteria and they are found in soil and water. The next one what we have seen is coccus. Right, and coccus is in shape, it is spherical. It's a ball shaped bacteria and most of these coccus bacteria are pathogens. And what are pathogens? Pathogens are disease causing microorganisms. And surprisingly, we have learned that these are found in our mouth, gastrointestinal tract, and they may cause even the skin disease. So they are spherical in shape, they are pathogens, and they are the reasons for different diseases. The next one is just like a hair, we call it as vibrio. It's like a comma shaped, right? So vibrio is a comma shaped one and vibrio bacterium is always ciliated, ciliated means just like a hair, cilia, right? And it is usually found in uncooked seafood. So when we are affected with this is also a pathogen, and when we are affected with this kind of bacteria, then we may suffer with some disorders of stomach such as watery diarrhea and abdominal cramps and nausea and vomiting and so on. The last one is spiral shaped. They are like a coil, spiral shaped. And they also are found to be pathogens and very serious pathogens. So these are the different types of bacteria we are found. Remember, bacteria is a plural and bacterium is a singular one. Okay. The next one in this is a fungi. Right? And now we shall learn bit of information related to this type of microorganisms, that is fungi. A visible microorganism in this list is a mushroom one, and the singular form of this fungi is fungus. It's generally non-green, and since it's a non-green, that means it doesn't have any chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the reason for the color, green color. So this is one type of fungi which is large enough. We can see them and you must have seen them in the gardens. Some fungi are microscopic. Let us have an example of one microscopic fungi, that is yeast. It's a well-known fungi. And do you know it is just a single cell organism. Now to survive, it needs food. It needs bit of temperature, not so high, warmth. It requires moisture, and then it survives. And it is sold in the shop because it is used to prepare food such as bread and cakes. Right? And it doesn't appear like this in the form. It appears like a powder form like this. So, what does yeast do? eats, converts its food. And what is its food? Its food is carbohydrate. And what does carbohydrate mean? Either sugar or a starch. All that we eat contains more of starch and sugar. So this yeast converts this sugar and starch, which is its food actually, on which it survives, into carbon dioxide and alcohol, right? Sometimes acid also. This entire process is called fermentation. So remember this, a fermentation is the process of converting sugar and starch into carbon dioxide and alcohol, sometimes into acid also. And who does that? Here the microorganism yeast is doing that. Now you have seen that carbon dioxide is coming out, it is in the form of gas. And it is that carbon dioxide which tries to come out through dough, through the pores, which in turn makes the bread smooth, soft. Cakes also smooth and soft. That's why it is added while preparing. The next one is molds. And what do you mean by mold? Mold are generally formed on food which are kept for longer time outside. You may see these molds on fruits, even on vegetables, and more particularly when the bread is placed 2 to 3 days outside, you will very well see that mold formed there. But that mold which is present on the bread is generally rhizopus and mucor. So in the molds also there are different types. Molds are multicellular. They are made up of many cells. Now here we shall try to understand the definitions and meaning of some 3 terms which are very important to us to understand the remaining chapter. The first one is heterotrophic. The next one is saprophytes. The third is parasites. Okay, let us have the meaning of this. The first we shall take, what is heterotrophic? It is an organism that cannot manufacture its own food. And remember, fungi is a heterotrophic. That's why it grows on dead matter like animal matter or a plant matter. You must have seen this fungi called mushroom growing on a dead plant. Right? They don't have chlorophyll, and that's why they are not green. They cannot prepare their own food. And an organism that cannot manufacture its own food instead obtains its food and energy by taking in organic substances, from an organic substances, usually plant or animal matter. So that is what is called heterotrophic. Examples, fungi and protozoa. This protozoa we shall study later. Now understand, most of the fungi are heterotrophic in nature. Right? Now second meaning, second term which we have taken is saprophytes. Saprophytes are also organisms. Again, a fungi is also a saprophyte, which obtain nutrients, food directly from the dead organic matter or waste. So all those who obtain their food from the dead organic matter are saprophytes. So again, mushroom, even the molds are, you can even write mold as MOULDS. Okay, in both way it is written. So mushrooms and molds both are the type of fungi. They are saprophytes. They are heterotrophs. They are saprophytes. The next one is parasites. And what do you mean by parasite? Parasite is again an organism that lives in or on some other organism. Right? For example, the worms you see here down, they stay inside our intestine. Understood? And they take out all that nutrients, whatever we eat, and they consume it. All the benefits they take, but expenses are somebody's. So parasites are an organism that lives in or on an organism of another species, and that species is called host species. Again, right, parasites. Now we shall see, we have seen that saprophytes are organisms obtain nutrients directly from the dead organic matter, right? And parasites are again an organism that live in or on organism, and they take out all the nutrients. Right. So what is the difference? The difference is saprophytes, okay, obtain nutrients directly from the dead organic matter or waste. Make it as a point. Okay, take a note of it. Saprophytes directly take nutrients from the dead organic matter, whereas parasites are the organism that lives inside or on the organism of another species, and when the species is in living condition, that time itself it will be taking all the nutrients which are absorbed by the host species. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is fungi are non-green and hence heterotrophic in their mode of nutrition. So I remind once again, heterotrophic means they depend on others for nutrition. They don't prepare their nutrition. They may be saprophyte. Fungi can also be saprophyte. And what do you mean by saprophyte? They grow on dead body and take the nutrients out of dead body. Fungi are also parasites. They may be also parasites. They draw food from the living organisms, living plants and animals as their host. Right? There is one more type of mold called orange mold. Right? A mold is something which you see, as I already told, on the food which are kept for so long, the fruits which are placed outside without use, right? Even on bread. And sometimes on the walls and tiles and the bathroom also you see a particular kind of mold called orange mold. That means inside your house there is most of the moisture, because they survive only when there is a moisture. So orange mold or mold, both are correct, right? Appears as, okay, when there is more moisture. Appears as slimy spot on your walls, tiles and bathrooms. Do you know orange mold is a medicine? Because the another name of this orange mold is penicillium. You must have heard penicillin injection, right? The first name of penicillin was mold juice. And who discovered? Discovered by Alexander Fleming in 1928. So to conclude, what we have learnt is about microorganism and 4 different types of microorganisms. They are bacteria, fungi, protozoa and algae. And then we have studied the different types of bacteria and they are categorized depend on their shape, such as rod shaped, spherical or a ball shaped. Some bacteria looks like a human hair, cilia, that is Vibrio, which is also called as comma shaped one, and then coiled type, that is spiral shaped one. Right. After that we have learnt few details on fungi. The visible fungi is mushroom, right? But there are microscopic fungi also. They require food, temperature and moisture. It is these fungi, here it is called yeast, which involves in fermentation process and makes the dough soft, and therefore it is used in making bread or cake. And then we have learnt about molds, different types of molds, and then meaning of 3 terms such as heterotrophic. These are the organisms which cannot manufacture its food, but it depends on other organic substance, usually plant or animal matter. Then there is one more term which we have understood, saprophytes. And saprophytes are organisms which obtain nutrients from the dead organic matter. I repeat, dead organic matter. And then parasite. These are the organisms that lives inside or on that organism and take all the nutrients which are required when the host organism is still living. Thank you. We shall continue this in the next video tutorial. Stay strong, stay healthy.